Hi, my name is Raleigh, and if you're going to tangle with fear, you'd better get uncomfortable. I have had a very interesting relationship with fear my entire life. When my pattern recognition really came online and my mind really started to develop, to make a long story short, I could not handle it, and no one knew how to help me. Psychiatric prescription medication was not effective other than benzodiazepines if I took enough to shut the system down. I spent a lot of time in mental health facilities while they shot spitballs at my diagnosis. It changed every time I saw a doctor. Then I went through a lot of suffering and trauma, and the only relief that I could find was alcohol, opiates, and benzos, and I like to call that the trinity of death. I would use Adderall when I couldn't get opiates, and I was filled with more than fear. I would call it terror. I had what I describe as a 5-tier collapse. The 5 tiers are physical, psychological, spiritual, emotional, and existential. When all 5 of those pillars failed, I fell into what I describe as the void. In void existence, there is no time, no existence, no thought, no soul, no direction, no morals, no plan, only a hope for death. The void level of fear was due in large part to my inability to deal with me or mature and develop. If I could sleep, I remember being so depressed the moment I would wake up and realize I was alive. I would be filled with disappointment and despair. I would be like, oh no. Then I would go to any length to use and drink enough to escape the void again. The only quasi-emotion I felt was terror. I feel a great deal of compassion for anyone dealing with any brand of continual fear. I know I come off rigid sometimes, and I have to live a hard line, disciplined, focused life in all 5 of those pillars to keep that demon at bay. There's something terrible inside of me, and it took me 15 years and a lot of suffering and hard work to put it away. I'm not willing to let it back out again. It's the distorted rooster in complete control. And the nature of the broken rooster is to destroy. I don't spend much time in fear anymore, and a big part of that is my faith. See, I really need my faith for survival. I am not perfect. I don't have all the answers. Remember this: fear is the currency of hell. Grace is the language of God. Today's poem is Afraid, and it's a direct reflection of who I used to be. Thanks for watching.